Thank you for joining the Pioneer Library System today. This is Miss Amber, and today we are making dandelion crafts. So the supplies that you're going to need today, you're going to need some paper, markers. You can use paint pens if you have them. That's what I used. Some white paint. As you can see here, I have acrylic, but I really highly recommend tempera paint if you're going to be doing this with your kiddos. So these are the Crayola paint pen markers. I really like these. They just make it a little bit easier. So I prefer these, but markers will work just fine. So we're gonna make 2 lines. So we're gonna make, let's see, 1 and 2. And then you're just gonna make some small little lines at the top. This is where your dandelion's gonna sit. And now we're going to make that black dot that you see in the middle of your dandelion. Perfect. Now I used an old applesauce cup that I'd recycled for the paint. It just made it a little bit easier. So now we're going to take our kiddo's fingers and we're gonna dab it in there. And then we're going to make little circles all over for our dandelion. And there you go. There's your fingerprint dandelion. So the supplies that you'll need for our yarn dandelion, you will need 2 pipe cleaners. You will need some yellow yarn. You could also choose another color if you wanted to, but this one worked better for me. And then the thicker the better. You'll also need some scissors and a fork. So the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna take your pipe cleaner and you're gonna put it against the side of your fork. Now you do want to leave a little bit sticking out at the top. As you're gonna see later, we're gonna use that to wrap around the base of our dandelion. So now you're gonna just take some of that string, leave a little extra at the bottom, and we're gonna start wrapping it around our fork. So the trick here is that you're gonna use a lot more than you think you need. Once you think you have enough, go ahead and cut the end of your yarn and it should look something like this. It's gonna almost look like a fork wrapped around a bunch of pasta. So the thicker the better. That's gonna make a puffier dandelion at the end. So now this is really important. Before you take anything off of the fork, you're gonna get some string and we're actually going to tie it around the base of our fork here before we take the dandelion off. So now that you've tied that off, we're going to take our pipe cleaner and we're going to twist it around the bottom to secure it. This is going to make our stem. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and pull your dandelion off. So now that we have this, you're going to see here along the side that you actually have a lovely little loop. Now you're gonna take your scissors, you're gonna slide it into that loop, and you're gonna cut all of those through the loops. You don't want any loops left, so we're gonna make sure we're gonna go through, we're gonna fluff it, and you're gonna make sure that you've cut all the loops. So now that we've detached all the little loops, we're gonna take this, you're gonna tighten it, kind of pull everything up over and over the top, and we're gonna take our second pipe cleaner and you're gonna twist it around the base to make sure that everything is secure. When you do this, it's gonna make all of the pieces puff up, and that way you don't have a divide in the middle of it. So now we're gonna fluff it all out, and I want you to go around the edges and trim it and try to make it an even puff all the way around. You don't want any of those sticking out too far. So the more even you make it, the puffier it's gonna be. Now you're all done and you have your perfectly puffed dandelion. I went ahead and I cut the stem off at the bottom, and now I'm gonna put it with this bouquet that I have on my desk over here, and now I have my lovely bouquet of dandelions.